Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Peter, and I welcome everybody wherever you are watching from, all the people from the diaspora and those ones who live in different parts of the country and the world. So thank you. And today I'm shooting this video from Africa, and during my short stay here I've learned a lot of things which I wanted to make this video so it can go out there and help some people who are going to do some plant projects in Africa. So today's video, I'm going to touch on those people, especially those people who live in the diaspora, and they are doing projects in Africa as a whole. So this is my general research and my opinion, and I felt that it's important to share to some of my followers and those people who plan to do a similar project, like I said. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I have been doing some research during my recent visit to Africa, to be specific, in Kenya, and I've realized a number of things to share with you guys in this platform. If you wanted to do a construction project in Africa, and this is my advice which I'm giving you for free, because I have been on the ground and I've done a lot of research which I'm very sure is going to help you. So let's get started right away. So the first thing, if you are doing a construction, if you are building a residential house, a commercial house, a petrol station, or another project, these are the most important things. I call them tips. And if you don't have time, you can save this video. You can subscribe and turn the notification on so you can come later and check it out. So the first thing you have to do is to do a lot of research. A lot of people have realized they just go and start a construction without doing any research. So by research, I mean you can do your own research from the internet, go to Google, and come up with a plan. First of all, decide what you are going to do, if it's a residential houses or if it's a commercial building. Do a research within the county where you are going to put your project, and come with a budget. You can get some assistance from experts who you can sit with, and they can tell you how much money you're going to spend in buying the materials and the other permits. But first of all, find a very good project manager, somebody who you trust, who's going to be on the ground to coordinate the daily activities. And before you do that, you can make a list of project managers and do your due diligence, do a lot of vetting, call places where they have worked before to make sure they have done excellent work before you decide to hire them. And also look for a structural engineer who knows more things about the structure, like the steelworks, because you're going to be using a different steel to bring up your building. So look for somebody who's outstanding, and somebody, a professional who knows, who went to school for that, and he has extensive experience, and he has done so many projects. And do due diligence. You can hire that person confidently, knowing that he's going to do excellent work. So the structural engineer and the project manager and the architect, they will walk you through on how to get the plans, building plans. Because a lot of people, if you start building without a building plan, you're going to get some problems with the county or the city where you are going to build. So that's very important. Put a budget for that, and know how much they cost. Make sure every process you go, every office you go, you get receipts, because you might give somebody some money and they say they paid and they have no proof. And if possible, when you make the payments, I urge you guys to go by yourself or go with whoever is leading you to do that. You go with them and you pay. You can pay through M-Pesa, and you have the receipts. In that way, you have records that you are paid for something. Because these days, you don't trust a lot of people with money. It's a lot of temptations, and you want to make sure that the money you have has been spent for the intended projects. Once you are done with the county permits, make sure they are valid, and you will need to display them on the site where you will start the construction. The next thing I will tell you is to search for good suppliers. Look for people who would be providing concrete, who would be providing the ballast, who would be providing with you with cement, sand, bricks, if you are going to use the bricks, and if you are going to use the stones, the building stones, for example, the 9x9 or the 6x9, and the foundation stones, know where you can find them and do your due diligence. Find a supplier who is reliable and who is not very expensive, who is competitive. And when it comes to buying the materials, never give somebody money, especially if you live in the diaspora. Don't give money to relatives, to friends, to buy materials for you. The best thing you can do, that's my advice and my opinion, is to go there by yourself. If you don't have a lot of time and you live in the diaspora, what you can do, find a vacation time from your job, 2 to 3 months, go there on the ground and see when they start the foundation. Know a lot of suppliers around the stores. Go there, talk to them. And in that way, if you are away, you can make a phone call and pay through the phone instead of sending money to somebody, his wallet, and tell them to go and withdraw the cash and go pay for you. In that way, you can avoid a lot of confusions and a lot of temptation which people have when it comes to money. And but if you happen to be on the ground, if you are buying the materials, let's say in Kisii town or in Nairobi or in another town like Kisumu, Nyamira, or Kericho, you go there by yourself, make a trip, go there and buy in bulk. Because these days I've realized the prices of materials, they go up. Every time you wake up in the morning, you find the steel has gone up. The prices of nails has gone up. Prices of cement has gone up. So it's better if you don't buy too much, at least buy, a reasonable quantity. What I was saying, that you have to buy in quantity if you find them, because the prices, they go up very fast. And like I said, don't assign somebody to go and buy while you are present. You say you are busy. Remember, this is your project. You go buy by yourself. And when it comes to paying people who are working for you, for example, the structural engineer, the project manager, the contractor himself, the foreman, and all those people, other contractors like an electrician, the plumber, and other people, when you sit and negotiate the prices for their labor, tell them you buy the materials and they can charge you the labor. But don't do a mistake of giving them all the money or 3/4 of the money you agreed to do the job. Give them in bits. Look at the work, inspect them with your engineer, the project manager. Make sure the work is thoroughly finished as agreed before you can give them the payment. Because I've realized a lot of people, they have a lot of jobs around, a lot of contract, different sites. They come and do your job for 1-2 days and then they disappear for a month. And if you came on a vacation and you don't have a lot of time to spend, you don't want to deal with people like that. Deal with somebody, and if you have given them a lot of money, they can go and you have problems looking for them because of your time. So that's very important. You have to not pay them in bits. And if you can, look for certified contractors. There are a lot of people you can find in local areas and they can talk to you nicely. They say they know how to do the job, but they are not certified. And in that way, certification is proof. Before you even hire them, you can bring them and give them an interview if they say they are Masons, and give them something to do. Bring somebody who knows to supervise them so that they can do a nice job where you are there. And one very important thing is like a lot of people, when they hire people to do their project, they don't even look at the maps and the plan. So look at the map. Even if you don't know much, ask the architect and the structural engineer, the project manager to give you the map and spend some time, look at it, and practically go around the building site and look at the site, ask questions if you don't understand, and be involved, because this is your project. You don't want something to go wrong while you are around. And actually, that's the much I wanted to speak today, because the video is long. But let me see your reactions. If the video is good, then I will go around and bring you more videos on the construction where I'm around, and then we'll go from there. But if you are new to this channel today and look at my content, judge by yourself. If you like it, share with your friends, especially those people who are in the diaspora. I wanted them to get this message. And subscribe, like, and turn your notification on. Every time I do a video like this, YouTube will send you a notification, and then you will be able to get this message. Thank you so much for your time. I hope I will see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.